What's up, everyone? Relax, baby girl. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Simulation Talk 177. We're getting up there. I say this every time I feel like. What's up, Alex? Today was super interesting day. We shot the big experiment with the magnets in the studio. It was wonderful. We had a super professional crew. We had Casey coming to do the experiment with us, and Ben. And we'll wait for a few more people to come by to make comments about it. What's up, everyone? Christy, who is with us on YouTube, and I guess X and Twitch as well. Welcome, everyone. We're slowly building up. What's up, Dara? The experiment was with the magnets that I was talking about for a while, where we wanted to see if the laser is being somehow the code seems to be departing from its regular operation by projecting the laser on a magnet, and we wanted to test if that would work if we put the magnet behind a screen. So that was the experiment. It seems so far that the experiment was a bust. It did not really work. Even though my fiance managed to see where the magnet was 5 times in a row, but I have to look at the footage to kind of come to a more conclusive thing. I couldn't see anything. Nobody else in the subject from the subjects couldn't see anything. So I think it's safe to say it doesn't work, or at least it's not the right way of arranging it. But we'll see, because if anyone can see the difference, like my fiance, then that means there's something there. I just don't understand in what way, because I couldn't see it myself. What's up, Gory Gray? Everything is amazing. How are you doing? We'll jump on. I'm glad to hear. Yeah, today was interesting to say the least. It was definitely very interesting. Van Dweller, how are you? Brizzy Brown. Yeah, we were shooting a scene today, so I guess I'll wait for a few more people to come in, because I already kind of talked about it a little bit right now. Amazing, Natalie. Glad to have you with us. What's up, Igor? We'll do a bit of a live today. Not gonna be too long, but I definitely wanted to jump for just a little bit. What's up, Sean? I hope you're well as well. I'm doing very well. Thank you for asking. Hope. What's up, Punkish? Okay, people are slowly showing up. Yeah, so basically today we ran the experiment with the magnets. And the short version is it seems to not be working, but we'll find out. We'll find out more in depth. after we run the footage. My fiance seemed to have been be able to identify what the magnet was 5 times in a row, but that's definitely inconclusive because I couldn't see the difference, and the other two subjects also couldn't see the difference. So I don't know. I've kind of concluded it's at least not the right way to do it, but we'll find out if we can prove that she can do this on a regular basis. Then it will obviously change things, but we'll see. We'll find out. We'll see how that works. Yeah, Van Dweller. It seems that the magnet thing doesn't work, or at least the way we tested it today with the screen and everything didn't really work. Again, my fiance managed to identify where it was 5 times in a row, but because all the other 3 people that are tried it, me and 2 other subjects, couldn't see it. Bros, how are you? Good to see you. I would say that's it's leaning strongly against the proposition, but let's see. We'll run the footage. We'll see if we can do this in other ways as well. Thank you for the love. I appreciate it. Awesome, Joanna. Woke up randomly. Interesting that some people do see the magnet, though. I wonder why. No, I see it on the magnet when it's just projected on the magnet, but I don't really see it. The magnet is doing something. But I at least identifying it behind the screen, I couldn't do it. And also for her, it was also kind of inconclusive. So it's kind of hard to say. What's up, Excalibur? Why are you so embarrassed? Good to have you, Rose. How are you, Brian? Bending the light. Well, here's yeah, it seems to, well, it's not supposed to, just so you know. From a physics perspective, we consulted a physicist, and he looked at the way it's arranged. He said, with these the power of these magnets, you should not see any difference whatsoever. Through the beam of light, at least. So if we do see some kind of an amplification of the beam when it hits the magnet, that is a data point. But at least for the proposition that we proposed to look behind the surface, that doesn't work. Or again, didn't work for me. Maybe there's a different way to kind of cast your gaze also from a higher dimensional perspective. I'm not really sure. But it's at the moment, at least, it looks like like it looks like it's not exactly working. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I'll run the footage and we'll see what that feels like. Brian, how you doing, my brother? Good to have you. Welcome, everybody, to Simulation Talk 177, the channel that revolves around the simulation hypothesis. My name is Danny, and I'm claiming to have found proof that we live in a simulation. We meet here on a semi-daily basis to discuss the experiments that I've devised, the implications, and we also touch on random topics and not so random topics like science, religion, spirituality, philosophy, God, whatever comes to mind. Casey was with us in the studio. It was lovely to meet him in person. And he was showing me his theory with the rotation, which was very interesting, actually. Yeah, if you want to run it again, Van Dweller, like more rigorously, let me know. Like you have to mount it. You can't be holding it. Because when you're holding it, it's like, your hand is shaking. You're going to mount it, project on it, look very carefully if you actually see any differences. And then see if you can put a sheet of paper across it or something. Yeah, so I'm just going to wait for more people to show up, Brian, because people ask me the same question again and again after I explain it again and again. So I'll wait for another 10-15 minutes before I'll talk about it again. So we have like the right amount of people. What's up, Greg? So good to see you. Thank you for the likes, guys. Appreciate it. Also, if you are on YouTube or X or Twitch, would appreciate the like for the live. Definitely helps a lot. Thank you for the likes on TikTok. Also, if you are on TikTok and you want to watch my content more in depth, you should definitely visit my YouTube channel, which is Dango Thoughts. DANGO thoughts. Ebony, how are you? So good to see you. Francisco. TikTok Beverly, how you doing? Here we go. Okay. Mikael, how are you, my brother? Okay, all the regs are here. Slowly building up the numbers. We'll get to our regular 100 and then I'll talk about it a little bit more. Also, if you happen to have Twitch and want to support the channel from there, please jump on. Then go, LaserX83 on Twitch. LaserX83 on Twitch to give us a little bit more love on Twitch to slowly grow the community there. So we can start growing that channel. How are you from Paris? Skinny limbs. Ooh, let me do this real quick because I will forget again. Send. 1 second. Today is okay, so let's do this. Task email with a conference video. Keep forgetting this. Nice. Cool. So we got that going. How are everyone? How are you doing, Leon Bendueller is saying, I saw some of what looked like the code emanating from what I can only describe as a circular vortex. This was without the laser and was very faint, probably hallucination. Yeah, so I do think that there's layers of these codes, and some of them appear more coherently, less coherently. We have to get this man, Joe Rogan. Well, yes, sir. Let's go. Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan to the moon. Any progress? I don't know. Maybe they'll reach out. Skinny Limbs is a very funny handle. I like it. Felt the sire. Twitch in the house. So good to see Twitch in the house. I don't even know how are we doing out there. Oh, I will talk about it in a moment. Today we did an experiment for the movie, which was great. Felt good. And we have some what seems to be valuable. I thought when you don't, you wouldn't know where you even. That is not true. It depends on your experience level, and it depends on exactly the conditions and the amount, of course. How are you from Dublin, Ireland? Good to have you. Thank you for the likes, guys. I appreciate you. Smash that like button if you are across platforms, YouTube, Twitch, X, TikTok. It will shift realities, bro. Imagine Joe doing a live experiment on the show with other comedians. That's what I'm talking about. That's gonna be crazy. I mean, it is. It's a big experiment experience. People. Adam Butler texted me today. Said he went the experiment 4 days in a row, and he saw what we're talking about, and he released a video about this. You should go and check out his YouTube channel and give him some love. He started a new one. Adam Butler. He wrote a book about the molecule. Butler's Name of the Molecule Field Guide. I highly recommend it. I had him on my podcast. Very lovely guy. Does really good work. And yeah, I would recommend to follow him because we need more good people to have a following. But also he released a video talking about it. I haven't fully watched it yet. But he also I'm sorry to hear that, Noel. Well, you have us. The molecule it's the smell of the indole. That's why it smells like that. That experience, I've never forgotten who I was. There's just strong sense of being somewhere else, and that somewhere else feels very real. Flowers and cupcakes, definitely not. Where's my chucha? My dog is reminiscing over something in the window. What's the right way to see the code? There's a whole protocol. If you go to codeofreality.com, we have the full protocol there, including the instructions, the prep, and everything else. So you guys should check it out. Just go to codeofreality.com and it gives you all the specifics about the lasers, everything else you gotta get. There's a lot of information there. Placed it here on YouTube, but you guys can also, hey, you can just go to codeofreality.com. That should give you what you need. I mean, there are some pens that do a pretty good job at making it flavored, which is kind of nice, actually. But I haven't met a lot of good ones. They do have a few. Okay, so I will repeat the news one more time because we have some of our regulars here. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Simulation Talk 177. And today we shot the big magnet experiment that I was talking about for a while. And it seems that it is a bust. It does not seem to be working. Unfortunately, now, one caveat, my fiance managed to point to the magnet behind the screen 5 times in a row. That's pretty substantial, but I have to go through the footage again and see if it was really that accurate. But also, she said that she wasn't sure, but she pointed like accurately to it. I didn't see anything. The other 2 subjects that were with us, Casey was one of them, didn't see. They couldn't recognize that it was something different. So I would say it's highly inconclusive. And to be quite honest, leaning more towards doesn't work. However, we didn't try it with more powerful magnets. And I mean, the code is, to me, it's clearly real. So we have to understand how exactly it happens that the magnet, is not translating to anything. And then one person seemed to have be able to see something. So that's important to figure out for sure. And something tells me that there's going to be something with the magnet, at least projecting it directly on it. It will show us some kind of a thing that is doing to the code, but we'll see. Bismuth I have as well. Oh, you know what? I can't believe that I doubt it would do anything. I should have brought bismuth. I have a sheet, like a thin screen with the 10 millimeter, 10 nanometer thickness, which is very, very, on a nanoscale, bismuth. What would I do with it? If I would project it through the bismuth and then project it on the magnet, maybe then we would see something? I don't know. I don't know how I didn't think of that. The magnet was supposed to create some kind of a perturbation that makes the code less coherent, but it doesn't seem to be working. So when you're projecting it directly on the magnet, it seems to actually be amplifying it, like stretching it. How would you put the symbols into AI if you can barely copy them? It's not that simple. I know. I have bismuth is definitely on top of my list of things, and I ordered. What's up, Uba? Relax, baby girl. We're gonna go soon. Did my fiance mention what she saw that led her to guess as the word? Yeah, she saw it. She said it looks like you drop a stone in a pond, like a pebble in a pond, and it goes like bloop, so you can see these circles. But she was kind of like not 100% sure about it. But she guessed correctly 5 times in a row. I mean, it's not nothing. But we'll see. I mean, for science, this is definitely this is strongly erring on the experiment is a bust. So we'll see. We'll see what all of this means. You said 5E magnets may not have been strong enough. Yeah, definitely these magnets seem to have not been strong enough, yes. We use all kinds of magnets. You project it on both the South and the North Pole, on the neodymium magnets that you project from the side. So we tried all kinds of things. We also had the rotating magnets contraption that we made. Yeah, we definitely need more vigorous testing. And she's amazing. She like insisted. I was like, all right, doesn't work. And she's like, well, come on, like you have everything set up. Just try it. I was like, whatever, okay. And I'm very happy she was stubborn because she basically kind of, she pushed it and then yeah, tested both balls, of course. Tested all the different variations, perturbations of the thing. Yeah, I'll be posting some, I guess, behind the scenes. I'll post a little bit on social, but the really kind of like more specific stuff I'll post on members live. On the members channel on YouTube. If you are on any other platform, you should check out YouTube regardless because that's where the majority of my content lives, which is Dango Thoughts, DANGO Thoughts. Relax, baby, go. And it includes a membership program. Has a membership program that includes Zoom calls with me, weekly lives aside from the daily lives. We have one tomorrow that is for members only, early access to all my content, and so stuff from my life and more private things like this. By the way, because we're moving at the end of this month. There's a lot of traveling. I had to I wasn't sure how to do the Zoom call. I think I'll be able to do it on the 17th. So I'll send the invite tomorrow. So for the next day, unfortunately. But yeah, it's just a crazy month. Baby, relax. Relax. With a lot of moves, we're going to be moving across the country. So you guys will forgive me. But we'll definitely do one. The laser, if you order it from us, it's not cheap because we're not a factory. So if you're really buying it from us, you're doing it more to support the project. If money is an issue, do not buy it from us. It's very simple. Ours are like $153 or something. So if you're trying to save money, this is definitely not the way to go. You can just find it on Amazon or Alibaba. We have the full list on the website, by the way. So you can just go on the website and see what you can buy to make it yourself. It's definitely the cheaper options, for sure. If you don't have any problems with the cash flow and you want to help the project, you're definitely helping tremendously to support it. And you can order one of ours. It's pretty cool. We got to, making them pretty nice and slick and simple and compact that you can take whatever. But now they also come with both USBs and batteries inside. They're pretty cool. And baby, relax, booba girl. Ooh, she might need to poop. I might need to cut this live short in about 6 minutes just because the girly girl needs to go poop, maybe. Nature calls, Talking about our dog. When's the Joe Rogan show? I don't know. Hopefully soon. Feeling discouraged. No, I guess I didn't really feel discouraged. I just felt like it doesn't work. It's okay. We'll try more things. And then she's like, no, come on. Like, you should do it. You should. Yeah. Okay. She's amazing. Absolutely. Yeah. So please go to the website, codeofreality.com, and you can order one from there or arrive to your house anywhere in the world, which is included in the price. The shipment is included. Relax, baby girl. Yes, booba. Yes. And then we have a report on the website that people can fill out if they want to run the experiment. after they run the experiment, so we're collecting data through there. Does the console really come, Zena? Relax, Baba. Does the console really come every time you take DM? Is there any new thing you can? Great question. No, yeah, it does every time. What's interesting is that the console was doing some kind of a thing today. I dove back in, and the console was usually the console has its main body, like the sections on the floor, and then some menus come to me. But today, not one of the sections, but I guess one of the things, it was almost like a some kind of a apparatus or a structure that made out of the same material that the base is made out of, so it's more rigid. And it was like scanning the people who were sitting in front of the laser. It was very interested in that. Like it came behind them, and then it was like going back and forth like this, like scanning them. Very interesting. Great question. What's up, Devin? How you doing, my brother? Can you explain how come it's hard not to put the symbols in paper? There's just too many of them, and they're moving very fast. It's that simple. There's just millions of them, and they're moving very quickly in a lot of different ways, but it's very coherent. You can see it very clearly. It's also very difficult because you're on the substance. It's kind of like doing it like like trying to remember what was where and then trying to put it. We have people like Ebony who are incredible artists who recreated something very similar, but it's not quite it yet. So it's like, again, I don't, so I keep saying it, and I understand, like I don't, I'm going to keep saying it, I'm going to keep explaining it, and and it's very maybe frustrating to others, and I also get it, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The copying the characters makes no difference whatsoever, because if you don't have the Rosetta Stone of a language, it makes zero difference if you know all the symbols. If I just show you right now the alphabet from A to Z, does that give you any information about how to use the English language? No. It's the usage of the English language that you hear repeatedly that makes you understand how syntax works, how the grammar works, how all of that stuff. Language is a relational thing. So just having the letters, if you copy a few, it's going to make zero difference. If you're talking about like verifying that people see the same thing, that's not going to do it, because skeptics will never buy into like, well, like first of all, it's very difficult to draw and copy, but it's too flimsy. It's too much effort for no yield, basically. It's not going to make any difference whatsoever. So the only way to truly track something of substance is if you can record directly from your cortex, some kind of a neural link or something, and then you can feed it into ChatGPT or something. That might work. Anything before that, you can do it for fun, but I'm telling you, it's not going to make any difference in terms of understanding it. The way to go about that, my take, is to see what we can do around it, what kind of perturbations we can make to see if we can change the behavior of the code in a way that everybody can agree on, which was one of the things that we were trying to do with the magnets. But it seems to not bust. You love my face? Well, I appreciate it. It makes me feel very good. Are you seeing the console only when doing the laser experiment? No, the console is always there whenever I do the molecule. It just appears. Also, my dog is going crazy, so I might actually have to take her in a moment. We might do like a 30-minute one today, unfortunately. Amanda! So good to see you. Amanda loves cakes. Love you. So happy to see you and to have you with us. Been scanned. What does that mean? Pucha, I'm going to take you in a moment, Chuchi. Relax. I'm glad you're great. I've encountered demonic energies in sleep paralysis dragging me out of my body, but it only happened when I did silly things like taking bad drugs, like trying to scare me out of bad habits. Either that or they just do what they do. You know what I mean? When I took DM and I look into the LED light, for example, and I close my eyes, then the light was staying there and transformed as disappear for the code too. As for the molecule, it was nothing but positive. Amazing. So there's a lot of things that the molecule can do. The point is, the molecule by itself is already amazing, right? There's no question about that. And it can do a lot of different things with light, without light, all kinds of things. What seems to be special about the code is that it's super coherent and stable on its own side, and it does not appear like a hallucination at all. It just looks like a real object in there. So, oh yeah. So no offense, Jesus is Lord, but we're not preaching here. If you want, we can have a conversation. You okay, baby? Okay. Come here. You okay, booby? Come here. Okay. Okay, Boogie. Alright, guys, so I think I need to take care of my dog. She just threw up a little. I think she's not doing very well. So I'm going to take her outside to make her feel better. First accident or... Dexone beat. No, definitely not by coincidence. I was trying to find an answer for like a few years. That's why we're shooting the documentary about it, to kind of tell the story. I was aiming there very specifically to try and figure out how we can discern that this is a real space. And eventually I stumbled on this idea that happened to work. Making progress is very difficult in that space. And this is also one of the things that is exemplified by what we tried to do today. There's a lot of hopes for it, and it doesn't work. Most things don't work. That's why I always tell people, just hold your horses. There's a lot of things that it might tell you, yeah, it's going to work, and then it doesn't work. Don't get married to the idea of it working. For years, I thought about all kinds of things, tried all kinds of things, nothing worked, and then that worked. It's very difficult to make progress. We will make more progress. It's not that easy. Yeah, she's a sweet girl. And so what I was saying, yeah, so that's to that question. And yeah, Jesus Lord, I'm gonna adjourn in a moment, so I'm gonna keep you here. But just so you know, next time if you come, we can have a conversation. But any kind of just you talking at us or preaching, I'm gonna throw you out. And it's not personal. It just doesn't add to the conversation. It's boring. It's one-sided. It's not what we do here. Just so you know. Next time you come, can have a conversation. Don't preach. We don't do that here. So max robust at the end of the day, even like you are one step closer to truth. Exactly. A way of proving it will emerge, bro. Keep pushing together. Thank you, Evan. Appreciate it. Positive thinking goes a long way. I agree. Thank you, Ebony, for always also being positive. Was there ever anything that changed the code, thought, motion, sound? No, not code does not care. We thought the magnets did. It appears to not be the case. So gotta keep searching. Gotta keep figuring it out. Okay. The experiment today, Amanda, was with the magnets. The short version that I think it was a bust. It didn't work. My fiance did identified correctly where the magnet was 5 times in a row, but we're going to go through the footage and figure it out. There seems to be something there, but it's very flimsy, and maybe it's not what we thought it was, but it's still interesting. All right. With that being said, guys, I do have to go take care of the dog, unfortunately, so we'll keep it short today. If you want to follow me across platforms, it will be Danny Goller on TikTok and on Instagram, Goller Danny on X, LaserX83 on Twitch, and Dango Thoughts on YouTube. DANGO Thoughts. You can also join the members program, which will include Zoom calls with me. There's one coming on the 17th. Weekly lives for members only, aside from the daily lives, early access to all my content, and private stuff from my life that only live on YouTube members. I'm going to be posting stuff also from the experiments as well. So, love you guys. Sorry for keeping it short. I do have to go take care of the poor girl and see what's up with her stomach. Love you all. Peace and love. Love love our community, love all the members. Thank you so much, Ebony. Thank you so much, Irv and Carter and Nico and Casey, who participated in the experiment with us live. I have some footage, amazing footage of Casey showing Paul Hynek the laser and his own experiment. Those are really, really cool shots. I'm very happy about that. Love you guys. Peace and love to the community and members and everybody else. I think that's it. See you tomorrow. Ciao. See you guys. Have a good night.